Going to parties in my 30s led me to making over $50 million with my business. And I know it might sound crazy, but if you party like I did, there's a good chance you'll be able to make upwards 1,000 times more money than you are right now in the next few years. Partying generally changed my life, but not in the way that you are thinking. The type of parties that I went to were a way for me to build $1 million network. Your network will be your most valuable asset to grow any business. They can give you referrals, you can ask them for help when you need it, or they might even buy your service. While you can 100% work on your business alone and try to solve every problem by yourself, the right network will take you to places 10 times faster. So when you get the opportunity to go to parties, events, or masterminds, don't go with the intention to get drunk. Go with the intention of building relationships with people a few steps ahead of you in your journey. You might meet someone who is looking for collaboration on a project that aligns perfectly with your skills and interests. You might encounter a potential mentor who can guide you through challenges and help you navigate through your career path. Or you might even meet your future business partner or investor who believes in your vision and wants to help you bring it to life. Even if you're an introvert and think that network is scary, you need to push yourself out of your comfort zone and network so that your business can experience the long-term benefits. When I started my previous company, Creative Academy, we began by organizing events and inviting people to attend. We quickly became the talk of the town, hosting huge events for parties, brands, and our own brands. And we invited them, did business with them, handled their PR, and even organized events in their stores. Through this process, we built a database and made valuable connections. I would meet one person who would introduce me to another, and that person would introduce me to someone else. Someone I met introduced me to their friend, who then asked me to help out with some events and shit. That's how we grew. But even if I knew a person from my network with a lot of money that could potentially pay me a large sum, I never thought that way. I might have missed out on some money initially, but I always wanted to showcase what I could do so I could reap the benefits later. So we charged a reasonable price because I wanted to build long-term partnerships. And then we over-delivered every time. Our partners were amazed by the results. And because I over-delivered, they would come back to me whenever they needed something. And making friends with these sometimes billionaire entrepreneurs opened up a whole new world of opportunities for my business. It was the key for me making 50 million. But I see many entrepreneurs think that networking is some mind control, complex and intimidating activity that requires some magic potion in order to unlock. And so they screw up great opportunities in front of them. Networking is about being intentional. Most people imagine networking as crowded events filled with people exchanging business cards, making small talk, and trying to sell themselves or their products. But true networking is not about attending every event possible, collecting as many business cards as you can, or chasing after people in hopes of getting something from them. It's not about being the loudest person in the room or the one who can give the most impressive elevator pitch. Great networking is about being strategic and intentional about the environments you choose to put yourself in and the people you choose to build relationships with. You want to be selective about which events you choose to attend. If you go to a college party with a bunch of students, it's unlikely that you will make a great business connection. But if you own a seed business and you go to a convention where there are thousands of farmers, that's where you can meet the right people. By being selective and strategic in the environments you choose to engage in, you can focus your energy on building relationships that are truly valuable and aligned with your goals. You'll have more meaningful conversations, learn from people who have relevant expertise and experience, and ultimately build a network of supporters. Sometimes you go to an event outside of your niche. This can give you new ideas to your business. But the point is to be intentional about the events you choose to invest your time and energy in, and to prioritize those that are most likely to support your goals and values. Networking takes consistent effort. One of the big mistakes that I see dozens of entrepreneurs make when networking is thinking that networking is a one and done thing. When in reality, building genuine relationship takes time and effort. You have to consistently build trust. You have to consistently give value. You need to be generous with your time and resources. and keep looking for ways to support others without expecting anything in return. This means that when you do attend events or engage in network opportunities, your focus should be on building genuine connections rather than trying to sell yourself or your product. Ask questions, listen actively, or look for ways to add value to the conversation or the relationship. Follow up with people after the event, not just to ask them for favors, but to continue the dialogue and find ways to support each other's goals. Ultimately, the most effective networkers are those who approach the process with a mindset of curiosity, generosity, and authenticity. They understand that true success comes from building a strong, supportive community of peers and collaborators, not just going to this event to get a list of buyers. Not to say that none of them will buy your service, but that's more of an organic process that cannot be forced. They buy because they like you, not because you pitch 5 seconds into the meeting. Approach networking with a give first mentality. Another mistake that most people make when attending these events is approaching networking with a what's in it for me attitude. They only think about what they can gain from the relationship. Whether it's a job opportunity, a business deal, or a valuable contact, this is incredibly dangerous. You don't know if someone has something to contribute to you or not. You cannot place a judgment on that from talking to someone for 5 minutes. They might have a great network of people they can introduce you to. They might have a secret business that they keep private, or they might deep down want to become a customer. If you immediately place a judgment on whoever you are talking to, you're missing out on building a long-term relationship. Your network might not pay you in the first year or the second year or even the 5th year, but the one connection may refer you business or become a partner in 8 years. You never know when your network will yield your dividends. So you need to start with a giving mindset rather than trying to take. One time, we organized an event at a hotel for our academy. We now invited a well-connected person to join us. Even though the event was sold out, then the ticket price was insignificantly to them, we made space for them, not thinking about potential funding or what they could give us, but simply because we knew they were well-connected. A year and a half later, we introduced them to a third person at another event. 2 years after that, they came back to us for help when they needed it, and things developed from there. We never knew that they would come and give us business. But because we intentionally worked to nurture their relationship, we increased the chances that they would. We gave without expecting anything in return, which is exactly how the best entrepreneurs approach networking. If you constantly think about what others can do for you, you won't bother nurturing 99% of your network. Instead of asking what others can do for you, focus on what you could offer to help others achieve their goals. Think about it. When you meet someone new, would you be more likely to remember and appreciate the person who immediately asked for a favor or the person who offered to help you in some way? It's human nature for us to want to reciprocate when others give it to us. When you approach networking with a giving mindset, you're essentially investing in the relationship upfront. You're showing the other person that you value their goals and aspirations and you're willing to contribute to their success without expecting anything in return. When I say to adopt a giving mindset, I'm not saying to never ask for anything in return. Building relationship is a two-way street. And there will be times when you need support or guidance from your network. The difference is that when you have consistently approached networking with a giving mindset, people will be much more willing and eager to help you when you need it. Because if you approach networking with the mindset of building goodwill rather than building wealth, the goodwill will build your reputation over the next 10 to 20 years. And with that, it will naturally bring you wealth. So the next time you attend a networking event or meet someone new, ask yourself how you can add value to the other people's lives. Actionable advice on networking. One of my favorite ways of giving value is to connect two people in my network. If you know two people who could benefit from meeting each other, make that introduction. If you have a friend who is looking for a web designer and you know someone who is talented in that area, offer to connect via email or social media. Or if you know two people who are like-minded and could potentially make great partners, set them up on a call. You want people to see you as a valuable resource. My advice to aspiring entrepreneurs is this: build genuine relationship with as many people as possible. Even if you don't see any immediate benefit, offer value whenever you can, make meaningful introductions, and share your knowledge generously. Keep in touch with people even if you don't need anything. You don't just focus on people in your industry or those more successful than you. Some of my most fruitful connections have come from the most unlikely places. Treat everyone with respect and kindness, because you never know who might be in a position to help you down the road. Networking is 99% hard work and 1% luck. Just like in chess, you move your pawn, wait patiently, move your knight, wait even longer, and eventually you will see results if you think strategically. It's a long-term game and can sometimes be a grind, but it pays off if you play it right. Nurturing relationship is the long game, but one day it will pay you millions to party, just like it did for me. That's how I made 50 million partying in my 30s. But if I'm going to be honest, networking is just one piece of building a $50 million business. Every business has to go through 10 stages to reach the 50 million mark. Click on this video to find out what they are, and I will see you in the next one.